Hey, Helen. I heard something interesting.
Oh, Sarah? What's this about all of a sudden? You hardly ever message me.
It's nothing weird. After all, we're family, aren't we? It's only natural for us to keep in touch.
And yet, you never responded when I needed help with Frank's care.
That's ancient history. Let's not dwell on the past.
You've been ignoring all my calls and messages. Even Tom hasn't visited home at all.
Like I said, let's focus on the present. We're reaching out now, aren't we?
After months of silence, what changed?
Well, we're busy. Can't help that. You really need to learn to let go of your kids, you know?
Letting go is different from being completely ignored.
You're being dramatic. Family is family, even if we're not in constant contact.
That's not what this is about. So why are you contacting me now?
Helen, you bought a house in Westbrook. Why didn't you tell us?
Oh, how did you find out about that?
Word gets around. And not just any house, a property with a half-acre garden? You should have told us sooner.
I didn't think you'd be interested, given how you've been avoiding us.
Of course we're interested. This is big news.
Well, I saved up money, and with my retirement package, I decided to take the plunge. I've always dreamed of having a house with a garden where I could spend my remaining years. I just wish my husband could have been there too.
Yes, I'm sure Frank is thinking the same thing in heaven.
Yes, I suppose so.
But isn't it going to be hard living alone in such a big house? I mean, just maintaining it. The cleaning, the gardening, it must be overwhelming.
I've already thought about that.
Have you really? It's a lot of work for someone your age.
Well, I think I can manage.
You're being stubborn. This is exactly why we worry.
I don't recall you worrying before.
No, we can't let you handle that all by yourself. I know, we'll move in with you.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's perfect timing. We've been thinking about moving anyway.
This is very sudden.
What do you mean? I'm thinking about what's best for you. Why are you being so defensive?
But
Tom, me, and our son. The three of us will move in. It'll be so lively.
That's really not necessary.
Think about it. You'll have family around all the time.
Like when Frank needed care?
Why are you bringing that up again? This is different. We're family, aren't we? We should help each other out.
Help each other? Are you in some kind of trouble?
No, not me. I'm talking about you. What are you going to do when you need care?
That's rich coming from you. When my husband was bedridden and needed care, you never helped once.
Well, of course not. There was nothing to gain from taking care of Frank. Even in close relationships, you have to think about give and take.
What kind of attitude is that?
It's just being practical. Everyone thinks this way.
No, they don't.
Look, you've got this nice house in Westbrook now, so there's something in it for us. That's why I'm offering to move in. And if you refuse, we won't help with your care when you're older.
Hold on. Don't just decide things on your own. I wasn't planning to rely on you for care anyway.
You're being foolish. This benefits everyone.
How exactly does it benefit me?
You get company, help with the house, and future care. It's a perfect arrangement.
Perfect? That's laughable.
There's no point acting tough. This is us being kind to you. If you refuse, karma will come back to bite you in the ass. I'll be in touch later.
Nathan, Sarah just called me.
Really? That's unusual. What did she want?
She hasn't contacted me since your father's funeral, so I was pretty surprised myself.
Did something happen?
She somehow found out about the house, and now she's saying they're going to move in.
What? Why so suddenly? They've been completely ignoring us until now.
I know. They didn't even send a New Year's card.
Or visit during the holidays.
Seems they want to live in a house with a garden in Westbrook. I keep quiet about it because I didn't want any drama. How did they find out? Did you tell them, Nathan?
No way! You know I barely talk to Tom anymore. You know what our relationship is like.
I thought maybe you mentioned it during a family gathering.
Mom, when was the last time we had a family gathering with them?
Right. Sorry. Maybe one of the relatives told them. Anyway, we need to do something about this moving situation.
Did they actually ask your permission?
More like announce their decision.
That's just like them. But that house is...
Yes, I know. It's not that I'm against having people live there. A big house would be fun with more people, but I'm worried about suddenly living with them.
Yeah, I can understand why you'd be worried. I mean, they ignored us when we needed them most.
I keep thinking about your father.
How Tom never visited him in the hospital?
Yes, that's partly why I'm hesitating.
Yeah, who knows what they're thinking?
Sarah mentioned something about care, about how I'll need someone to tend to me when I'm too old to take care of myself.
You really think they'll help after how they treated Dad?
That's true. I think they'll try contacting Tom first.
Are you sure? He's been ignoring all your messages, right?
Yes, even during the funeral arrangements.
Mom, you don't owe them anything.
I think he'll at least respond when it comes to moving in together.
Probably the only time he will respond.
I need to hear his side of this.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I'm nervous about this conversation.
Want me to try talking to him first?
No, I should handle this myself.
Okay, but I'm here if you need backup.
I'll let you know if anything happens.
Okay.
Nathan,
Yes?
thank you for always being there.
That's what family is supposed to be, Mom.
I'll message Tom now.
Good luck. I'll keep my phone close.
Tom, Sarah contacted me. She says you're moving in with us?
Yeah, that's right. Why didn't you tell us about buying the house?
Because you never respond to any of my messages. I figured you'd ignore this too.
That's different. This is important.
Your father's condition wasn't important?
Don't start with that again. You're always making assumptions like that and making me out to be the bad guy. You should tell me about important stuff like this.
But you ignored everything about your father.
I was busy. Of course it's annoying getting constant messages.
Constant? I only messaged when his condition changed.
It was still too much.
Even about family?
That's different. I'm busy. There are things I can and can't do for family.
Like visiting your dying father.
I had work commitments.
I see. So you agree with Sarah about moving in?
Of course, living in a house with a garden in Westbrook, it's perfect.
Perfect for whom?
For all of us. Think about it. You get help, we save on rent.
I've been wondering about this. What about your job? You won't be able to commute from there.
Huh? Yes, I can.
What? But the new house isn't that close to your current one.
So what?
Well, you said you couldn't help with your father's care because your job was too far away to come back. You said you were working out of state with all those transfers.
Let's not bring up old stuff.
Answer the question, Tom.
Yeah, about that. I got transferred back to a local office. Looks like I'll be working in the city from now on.
When did this happen?
Does it matter?
Oh, I get it. You were lying all this time. I can understand Sarah's position. She met you after we were already family. So I get why she wouldn't want to care for a complete stranger. But he was your actual father. Did you really lie to avoid caring for him?
You're making this bigger than it needs to be.
Am I?
Well, what's the big deal? Is it so wrong to prioritize my career? I'm an executive with important responsibilities at work. Let my good-for-nothing brother handle Dad's care. It's not like he has any real job anyway.
How? How can you talk about your own brother like that?
Nathan's always been the family disappointment.
Far from it. He was there when we needed him.
Sure, but we're here now, aren't we? Having a useless brother makes me look bad too. But let me at least say that much. Same goes for Dad, just a regular office worker, but always trying to lecture me.
Your father was proud of his work.
He could have done better, we all knew it.
What happened to you? You weren't like this before. You've changed so much since marrying Sarah.
Don't blame Sarah for everything. Shut up! This is how I live my life. Use the useful people, throw away the useless ones. Looks like you're useful now, so our family's gonna use you. Just gratefully accept us moving in.
So that's really how you feel.
What's wrong with being practical?
Is that what you call it?
Like I said, we're already preparing everything. You better get ready to welcome us.
And if I refuse?
You won't. You can't.
Fine. Come if you can.
That's more like it. I'll be in touch.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
Helen, we're all set with our moving preparations.
Oh, is that so?
You don't sound very enthusiastic.
Should I be?
Of course! It's going to be so much fun living together, I promise. We've already started packing.
I don't recall agreeing to this.
Don't be difficult. We've already given notice at our apartment.
That was your choice.
We'll be there tomorrow. Get ready.
Oh, all right then.
Oh, and you need to clear out the master bedroom.
Why would I do that?
Well, it's the biggest room. We need the space more than you do.
That's my room.
You can take one of the smaller ones. Also, we have quite a lot of stuff, so we might need to throw out some of your things.
Why? They're my things and it's my house.
Don't be selfish. You need to make space for us.
In my own house?
Well, you'll be passing on to the next world soon anyway. So we should start organizing and preparing for that. We're going to move in with you so that we can help you. You shouldn't make things difficult when we're doing this for your own good.
I'm only 65. Mind your own business.
65 isn't young anymore.
I'm in perfect health.
Still, better to be prepared.
For what exactly?
For when we need to inherit everything.
Inherit what?
You know what I mean. When you can't manage anymore.
I can manage just fine.
Well, we'll take care of all that tomorrow. Just be cooperative and don't make this difficult.
You seem very confident about tomorrow.
Of course, everything's decided.
Is it?
Don't try to be clever, Helen.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Good. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, you will.
And make sure you're ready to help us move in.
Oh, I'm prepared.
That's what I like to hear.
You might be surprised.
What's that supposed to mean?
You'll see tomorrow.
Stop being cryptic. Just do as you're told.
Goodbye, Sarah.
Remember, be ready early. Helen, can you open up quickly?
Oh, is something wrong?
Well, we're here at your house, but there's a gate and we can't get onto the property. The movers are waiting. We need to get in.
Ah, yes. I had secure fencing installed to keep strangers out. You know how things are these days.
Stop playing games. Let us in.
I'm just being security conscious.
I understand that. That's why we're moving in to help you. So please open this gate quickly. We can't move in otherwise.
The movers must be expensive.
They charge by the hour. Stop wasting time.
Moving in? Oh, right. You did mention something about that.
Are you getting dementia already?
No, I'm just wondering why you're making such assumptions.
What assumptions? This was all arranged. I clearly told you we're moving into your house.
Yes, you did.
And you agreed to it.
When exactly did I agree?
Yesterday, in our messages.
I agreed that you could come to the house, but I never agreed to you moving in.
What? What are you talking about?
Perhaps you should read those messages again.
Stop playing word games.
You unilaterally declared you were moving in, but I never once accepted that.
Don't be ridiculous. We've already completed our moving preparations. We've canceled our apartment lease, and we're here with all our belongings. You can't just say we can't move in now.
Your poor planning isn't my emergency.
The movers are charging us by the minute.
That must be stressful.
You're the one being ridiculous, trying to force your way in just because I bought a house. Why don't you try considering other people's feelings? But we're family.
Are we? Since when? Does being family mean you can just move in without permission?
What about when you need care?
Like when Frank needed care? That won't be a problem. I'll hire home care services. I have enough savings for that. I won't need to rely on people who've been ignoring us all this time.
You're making a huge mistake. Wait a minute. We have nowhere else to go if we can't get into this house.
There are hotels and other options. Just stop trying to live here.
Hotels are expensive. We can't afford that.
That's not my concern.
I'm not backing down. I'll have Tom contact you and convince you.
That won't make any difference. My decision won't change even if my son calls. Just leave now. The gate can only be opened from inside the house, and if you try to break in, I'll call the police and have you arrested for trespassing.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me.
You can't be serious.
Just leave.
The movers are asking what to do with our stuff.
Not my problem.
What should we do? I need Tom to fix this somehow.
Good luck with that.
Nathan, can you talk to Mom for me? What's with the sudden request? I need your help. It's urgent. After 3 years of silence? When we tried to move into Mom's house, she wouldn't open the gate, and now she's ignoring my calls. Can you convince her? You're actually serious about this? Of course I am. We're standing here with all our stuff. Well, that's probably not possible. Mom's kind, but when she's made up her mind about something, she won't change it even if I ask. You have to try. The movers are charging us by the hour. Like how you tried to visit Dad in the hospital? But we discussed moving in. She can't just change her mind on move-in day. We've already canceled our apartment lease. When exactly did she agree to this? Well, she didn't exactly say no. Put your hand on your heart and think about it. You know why Mom did this. No, I really don't understand what she's thinking at all. Think harder about Dad's last days. That was different. If you're seriously saying that, then you don't deserve to enter that house. You're taking her side? There aren't sides here, just consequences. Is it hopeless? Will Mom really not let us in? Finally asking the right questions. This isn't fair. You should give up. There's no point pushing it. Hey, Nathan, your place is pretty close to here, right? Yeah, so what if it is? What's that got to do with anything? Then could you let us stay at your place just for a while until we find somewhere else? No way, don't even think about it. That would work, right? Absolutely not. We're brothers, aren't we? Are we? Since when? Why are you saying that? Your only brother is in trouble. Shouldn't you help me? Who was it that kept looking down on their only brother all this time? Looking down on you? No, I never. You've always looked down on me, bragging about how smart you were. I tried my best to study and keep up with you, but I could never match you. That was just motivation. Motivation? Is that what you call it? No, I really didn't mean to. But Mom and Dad always loved me anyway. Unlike you, they found good things about me besides academics and praised me for them. Thanks to them, I work hard at my job now and have a wonderful wife and kids. It's all thanks to our parents. That's why I'd do anything for those two. But I don't want to do anything for you. Come on! Okay, maybe I was harsh sometimes, but that's because I had expectations for you, Nathan. I thought my little brother came from good stock, too. I was just trying to motivate you with tough love. Tough love? Was that also tough love when Dad was dying? That's not fair! I still remember when I failed to get into my first choice university and was crying, you just kept laughing and making fun of me. I've hated you ever since then. I will never help you, not in a million years. Mom seems to despise you for not coming to see Dad too, so I guess we won't be seeing each other anymore. Don't contact me again. You're being unreasonable! I learned it from you. Hey, don't abandon me! Like you abandoned Dad? I couldn't care less what happens to you. Why don't you go find yourself a new place? Nathan, please! Goodbye, Tom.
Helen, Nathan abandoned us too. Now we really have nowhere to go.
Oh, really? Well, you better start looking for a place then, or stay at a hotel.
The movers are still charging us.
That sounds expensive.
Don't you understand how serious we are?
I understand perfectly.
Then let us in.
I don't really understand what you mean. All I can say is you should move quickly.
Move where? We have nowhere to go.
That's not my concern.
We're not moving from this spot.
Oh.
We'll camp out here if we have to.
Excuse me?
This has become a battle of endurance. We'll force our way in when you come out of the house.
My, that sounds rather dangerous.
You will have to come out eventually. This isn't a threat. We're serious. We'll wait here for a day or two if we have to.
Is that so? Well, good luck with that.
You can't stay inside forever.
Can't I?
How long do you think you can hold out in that house?
What do you mean?
I'm asking how long you can barricade yourself in there.
Well, I'm not in the house.
What? What do you mean you're not in the house?
I'm actually on vacation abroad right now.
Vacation? Abroad?
Lovely weather here.
You're lying.
Would you like to see my travel photos?
And how long will you be gone?
Well, let's see. I originally thought about a week, but now that I'm here, I want to visit so many places, I might extend my stay.
You planned this.
I planned a vacation? Yes.
You've got to be kidding.
You said you'd wait there until I return, right? Do your best, within reason, of course.
We can't possibly stay here for a week.
That's why I told you to move quickly.
The movers are threatening to leave.
They sound very professional.
This is all your fault.
Is it? Who made assumptions here?
Damn it!
Well, I want to enjoy my vacation now, so I'll be ignoring your calls too.
Don't you dare!
The beach is calling. Goodbye, Sarah.
Helen!
Oh, and Sarah?
What now?
I've instructed the security company to call the police if anyone tries to break in.
You evil!
Enjoy your house hunting.
Mom, how have you been?
Oh my, it's been a while.
I know it's been a long time.
A very long time.
Yeah. Mom, I got divorced from Sarah.
Really? You two seem so close.
Close enough to destroy everything else.
What do you mean?
Well, after we couldn't move into your house, things went downhill.
Why? My house had nothing to do with it.
You don't understand what happened after that day.
Then explain it to me.
To be honest, her spending was out of control. No matter how much I earned, we couldn't save anything. When I heard you bought a house, I thought we could save on rent by moving in.
So you're finally sharing your true motives for trying to force your way into my home.
We were drowning in debt.
I see. So that's what it was about.
It wasn't just about money.
No.
But then things got worse. We found a new apartment, but the moving costs ate up all our savings. And Sarah's spending didn't improve at all. We started fighting, and she left me and filed for divorce.
That must have been difficult.
I lost everything, Mom.
Everything?
Yeah, and now I've realized something.
Oh?
A bad relationship with you and Nathan. It was all her fault. She kept me away from home, always ordering me to focus on work. I really wanted to spend more time with everyone.
Is that so?
She manipulated me.
And you let her?
So what are you trying to say?
I think you know.
Let's live together again. Can I move into your house? I want to make up for all the family time I lost because of her, please.
Absolutely not.
Mom, why are you being so harsh?
Am I being harsh?
I've changed. I've learned my lesson.
Because you abandoned your father. He was hoping to talk with you until his very last moment. But you lied about being busy with work and refused to even have a conversation with him. There's no way I could have lived happily with someone like that.
But Mom, that was Sarah's.
Stop blaming Sarah.
She wouldn't let me visit.
So you chose Sarah over your dying father.
No, that's not.
Then what is it?
I was weak.
I'm not trying to judge your choice, but I can't forgive you for abandoning your father, so I won't help you.
Mom, this is exactly when families should help each other. Come on, help me out. I have nowhere else to go.
I sent you so many SOS signals. Taking care of your father while working was incredibly hard and physically demanding. There were many times when I felt so small and so weak because I was a lone woman taking care of my sickly husband. Helping him to the toilet and taking him to have a bath took everything I had. But every time I asked for your help, you brushed me off. All I wanted was for you to come and visit once a week. Even once a month would have been enough. But you never came. Nathan and his wife were the only ones who came to help with your father and the chores.
Well, that was...
That was what?
I was focused on my career.
You ignored us when it's convenient, but want help when you're in trouble? Don't be ridiculous. You and I aren't family anymore. Actually, I built this house to live with Nathan and his family.
What?
Does that surprise you?
But I'm a successful executive.
Yes, and you're also a heartless person who neglects family. Nathan is a devoted son who values family above all else. It's pretty obvious which one I choose.
Mom!
Don't call me that anymore. I'm not your mother.
Please don't say that!
Goodbye, Tom. Nathan, Tom just called. He might be lurking around the house, so be careful.
He tried calling me too. I blocked him.
You didn't have to do that.
Yes, I did, after everything he said.
He's divorced now.
I heard Sarah left him.
He tried to blame everything on her.
Typical Tom. Nothing's ever his fault.
He wanted to move in.
Here? With us?
I refused.
Good. We don't need him here.
Oh, really? But you know what? I'm not afraid of him anymore. I'll stand up to anyone who threatens you, even if it's my brother. You've grown so strong.
Remember when I used to hide behind you when Tom bullied me?
You were so small then.
You always praised me for being gentle, but I realized that's not enough to protect family.
Your gentleness is your strength.
Not anymore. From now on, I'll protect you and my wife. Don't worry.
When did you become so reliable?
When Dad got sick, someone had to step up.
Yes, you're so reliable now.
Mom,
Yes,
thank you for choosing me.
you chose us first, every time.
I always will.
After that, Tom, abandoned by his family, began living alone. Since Sarah had always handled doing the household chores, living alone for the first time in years was very difficult for him. Because of this, he lost focus at work and made many mistakes. The number of errors was so high that he was removed from his prestigious position in the sales department. After that, he completely lost his motivation and became apathetic about work. The company wouldn't tolerate such behavior, and he was soon fired. Now he apparently makes ends meet working part-time jobs. Meanwhile, I'm living happily with Nathan and his family in our large house with a garden. I've recently taken up gardening as a hobby in our spacious yard. I want to watch my grandchildren and my plants grow for as long as possible in this house. And someday, I want to tell Frank, who's waiting in heaven, about all the wonderful memories we've made here. My garden is blooming now, just like our family. Nathan's children help me plant new flowers every spring, and we spend our evenings watching the sunset together. This is the family life I've always dreamed of. Not perfect, perhaps, but real and warm and true. Frank would have loved it here. Sometimes I think about Tom, but those thoughts grow dimmer with each passing season. Like weeds in my garden, some things need to be removed for the healthy plants to thrive. Our family is thriving now, and that's what matters most.